Well, good morning. We're back in Middle Earth, and we are going to continue the quest out here in North Downs. And it seems to me that we have been here in North Downs at least as long as we were in Breland, and we are not even halfway done. Oops. I guess there's a lot more to do here than I thought. Oh, Marion. We have enough food now to let a good while, but the people under my care will not be satisfied until they have reclaimed their land from the wargs and goblins that have invaded Enadir. We must be cautious. There is a camp of goblins on the slope of the southern hills. Returning the refugees to their homes must start with the destruction of these goblins, but first I need to know their numbers. Travel east into Enadir and get as close to the goblin camp as you can without being seen. I do not want the goblins following you back to Amon Raith to use stealth. Alright, so we are going to attempt this, which this thing I have never been good at the best of times. And definitely not good at when I can't even see the mobs on the map. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, so that's a deer. Now there are goblins that can show up on either side of this road. So it's not just as simple as following the road to escape notice. I probably don't need that, but you see there's a goblin up there. So we need to sneak around him. And that's a pig. So we're using our tab key a lot to watch out for mobs that we need to avoid. And of course, the closer we get to the destination, the more chance we have of running into a goblin. That is a wolf. He does not care. So, see what we got here. That is a boar. That is a goblin. So we got more goblins. Where we had it. The time for stealth is over. A man nearby needs your help. Oh wow, I think I actually managed. Intruders, intruders! Yeah, fuck you. Sorry, Mom. Um, Thank goodness I thought I was done for. I ran from the wargs and was ambushed by goblins instead. You explained that the way to Amon Raith is clear of goblins and urged the man to head that way to come under Amarion's protection. Thank you. I will. You're not going further, are you? I would turn back if I were you. It's not but danger up ahead. The way you came is safe, right? Well, I'll head that way. To this Amarion fella. Sounds better than trying to fend for myself out here. So I need to kill goblins and destroy their tents. And you go, run, run, run. Alright, so Now we need to go kill some goblins. Kill some goblins. And what do we have here? The Stonehenge Chief lies at the center of the goblin mischief. In Anadir, you should defeat the Stonehold Chief, and send a strong message to the goblins menacing the lands. So I need to find the chief and give him a very stern talking to. Alright, so I need to go in here. I see some glowy tents. Oh, excuse me. So, see what we got so far. We can go through here. Go around this way. And destroy that. Destroy that. We only need 2 more goblins, 2 more tents, and 1 boss. Oh, there's another tent. Now. Oh, rich silver? Yes, please. Well, we're doing that. So the chief has got to be in here somewhere. Of course, it could also have been in the second portion of... because there's another portion of the camp. If you go out that way, but we can also come up here and see it. And you look down there, there's more camp. But it's telling me that the chief is in here somewhere. Oh, yeah, that would be the chief right there. Okay, and he counted as a goblin, so I only need 1 more goblin. And I guess you are the unlucky fellow today. Now, we have done everything we came to do for the moment. And this is a good spot to farm for goblins for the deed. Not the best spot. I don't think I have found a best spot here, but it's a good spot. Well, for a change, I didn't have to restart that 2 or 3 times. I'm kind of happy about that. I don't know if I just got better at it or if they made the goblins even more blind than they already were. Either way, this is one of those few times I will not complain. Alright, so, excuse me. You have done well and almost better than I had hoped. The goblins have surely heard our message. They will not welcome here, nor ever will be. I do not have the means to reward you as richly as you deserve, but I hope this small token will serve as a reminder of the good you have accomplished for Marion and the people of Anandir. So, what we got here? A little bitty runestone, shield. So the shield is probably going to be worth the most. Well, the runestone's actually worth about the same. Not good, not any use to me, because the runestone I'm using is a whole lot better, but we'll take it. Thank you. What a help you've been to us. I imagine that with the wargs driven off, we can put this area back to right. I must ask one last thing of you. My friend Orthorn watches over Anandir from a lonely post. Very few folk come to his way. Would you check to make sure that he fares well and offer him news of the Western Downs while you're there? Okay. And so our next destination is also, fortunately, our next destination, because we already have a couple of quests to turn in with this gentleman, Orthonn. Very good. I like it when things work out that way. Orthorn. Orthorn. Blah. You would think that that name isn't or shouldn't be that much of a tongue twister. You know, for anybody who can say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, you would think a simple name would not be so hard to say. So, oh look, there's a goblin here. I wonder how far are we into that Slayer deed? 39 of 120, not very far at all. And nobody needs to watch me kill a whole bunch of goblins on screen for the deed. Nice little well. Some scraggly trees, which actually in the dark look more realistic than they do during the daytime. Not totally realistic, but more. And I see the bridge down there that we need to cross. And our friend Orthorn is over there somewhere. And there's some more ruins. We've been down there before. Oslagoras. We got rich iron, which we are definitely going to take. Because where are we in our prospecting? Actually, we don't really need to take it. We've mastered expert prospecting, and we do need the gold though, so we can work on our expert jewelry. Okay. That means the rich iron I've been collecting will make a fine addition to what I can sell on the auction house. Oh, honey, yes, I'll take that. Thank you. And here's our buddy, Orthonn. And a random player. Hello, random player. I see you're away from your keyboard. So, a lonely watcher. Hail, stranger. Ah, Amarion sent you. What news from Amon Raith? A very kind deed, thank you. You are a skilled hunter and speedy at that. Except it took me like a week to get around to doing that. maybe longer. You found evidence of digging among the wargs at that large mound. That's very strange. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. I wonder what it is they seek. Well, I have no idea. Come to think of it, I would ask another favor of you before you go. Another traveler passed along the road, a short little fella. He went west not long before the warg attacks on the farmland. I fear that he may have been hurt, or worse. Will you search for him in Anandir? So I'm supposed to collect bones from bone piles. Which, if you remember where we were tending those wargs earlier, I believe that was down in that same general direction. And yeah, I guess we'll swim. I don't feel like running all the way around to cross the bridge to get over here. Oh, and a silly tip, but if you jump while you're in the water, you actually get across faster. Do not ask me why or how that works, but that's how it is. So we need to go this way and look for signs of some person, or it sounded like dwarf maybe, that had come this way. You can see the wargs, more wargs, and wolves. A bone pile. Okay, so we need to look for different bone piles. Collected bones from bone piles. Okay. There's another bone pile. Very disturbing looking bone pile. And another bone pile. Bunch of bone piles here. And now we need to talk to Orthonn again. And I was saying Orthorn. There's no R in the second part of his name. It's two N's. So it's Orthonn, which actually makes it a lot easier to pronounce. Deer, blueberries, take that. And we got bears and wargs and wolves and oh, we might as well cross here. Alright, like I said, don't ask me why that works, it does. And it is very useful when you have to do all that swimming and Evendom. You're welcome. Okay, we got some gold. That was something we said we needed. And it looks like our random player is still here and still AFK. I see you found some bones. Some of these are fairly small, but I wouldn't say any of them would belong to the traveler I saw. Unless I'm very much mistaken, I'd say most of them are goblin bones. It seems to me that the wargs and the goblins must not get along well at all this time. And that is good for us. Let them fight amongst themselves, and there will be fewer for us to worry about. So, the wargs are eating the goblins. That's kind of funny. You must be weary from your efforts and long travels. Loath as I would be to see you leave, I feel obligated to tell you that there is a dwarf keep not far from here that offers far more by way of comforts than this sad little campfire ever could. Othrikar is the name of the dwarves who've given it. They are friendly, as dwarves go. If you wish to find a more habitable place to stay, it is a very short distance to the northeast, a stone dwelling nestled in the hills. So, he's saying he's sending us off to Othrikar, which actually we should stop by and make sure we got the stable there anyway, because the epic actually does go to Othrikar. Like I said, there are 3 parts to the end of that epic. One in Othrikar, one at that goblin and orc camp where we were at on the other side of the Nanwathern, and one that actually takes place at Trestlebridge. And you can see it nestled in there. And I'd say from the looks of things, this is no new encampment. Othrikar has been here for some time. And down here we've got a den full of hungry bears. We have some dourhands and some birds. Obviously, if I was at level, I wouldn't just run up to the dourhands and grab a pack, but, you know, it is what it is, and that's why we have that XP disabling stone on, so we can catch up at some point and not be able to do things like that so easily. And I think our entrance is up there somewhere. Man and Lagwest. Yep, there it is. And you can tell it's very dwarven. Dwarven architecture is pretty universal. And that did not spring up overnight. And we have not been here yet because the stable master is still blue. Oh, we haven't been to Melianen either? Better get that stable as well. Hello, Quartermaster Orgren. Well met, traveler. Welcome to Othrikar. You may find rest here, or work if it suits you. What do you say to that? So, like every other place in North Downs, there's a whole series of quests to do. What say you? Should we stay here and do these, or should we go to Melianen first? Well, let's see what he wants. Of course, he wants me to kill kitty cats. There's a cold winter coming. I feel it in my bones. We dwarves are a hardy folk, but if we're going to survive the winter, we will need more supplies. Hunt the troublesome lynx that seem to cover the lands hereabouts, and bring me their fur. I'll craft their hides into warm gloves for our miners. You couldn't have done that with the wolves or the wargs instead. You had to choose the kitty cats. Little spot here. It's a cute little place, Othrikar. And I see somebody else wishes to speak to me. Here's Hornbury. Hello, Hornbury. Listen, friend. We have problems here. Big problems. These cursed dourhands weren't content to ruin the operation of the mines while they were here, but when they left, they ruined or stole what food we had. Then there's orcs and wargs that came down from the north, driving the farmers who used to supply us out of their field, and when we venture out of Othrikar, we have to do so in force due to the dourhands' camp nearby. In short, we are having a lot of trouble with supplies. We need meat. I can give you a fee in good silver if you could hunt some bears for us. They wander the hills to the south. So he wants me to hunt bears for the meat. Well, there just happen to be bears nearby. And this guy here, he's going to I believe, play a part in the epic. No. But the guy that will play the part in the epic is not here yet. He is who we're going to have to rescue later. I know, spoilers, right? Nobody here. Make sure there's nothing else, because I don't want to go out there and then find out that I missed something. And I do not have the corresponding quest for that. Because, of course, Jarl Copperbrace. Now, I kind of like that name. Is it Jarl or Jarl? I guess it depends. So, I see something glowing. And it starts a quest. Herbs and Simples. You have encountered a number of interesting herbs in your travels. These should be collected as you make your way through the lands and brought to the ranger Orthonn. So we need to collect meadowsweet, periwinkle, and butterbur. And this is periwinkle. This is a dourhand. Excuse me, but what are you doing here? Can you not? Very rude to spy on people. You too. Can you stop? Thanks. So, we're actually going nowhere in the direction that we need to go, but at least we found two of our flowers we need to find. And little valley. There's Othrikar from a distance. It's actually no small mining operation for the dwarves being somewhere not in their element. And there's a little spot over there that's, I guess, was part of Othrikar. Or maybe an outpost of it, or who knows what it's supposed to be. Ah, that's why. Darn it. Sorry, kitty. Alright, so we need bears, kitty cats, and flowers. It's a dourhand. We're going to be taking care of plenty of those guys in a short time. Sorry, kitties. Sorry. Okay, so kitty cat's down there. I wonder if anybody still offers starter packages for LOTRO that give away the riding trait. I haven't seen anything like that lately. Here's a bear. Will this count? Yes, it does. Okay, so I need 2 more bears. I think this is my last kitty cat, I hope. That's my last kitty cat. Need 1 more bear now. Should be bears in here. Yeah, well, I don't want to kill the young ones. So, there we go. Alright, so we're done with the bears. And I actually got a nice cozy little cave here. Okay. I think we still need one of our flowers, but I imagine we'll find it eventually. Okay, so that is not thoroughly correct. It says if you're not VIP, you need to unlock every single guild rep tier with LP. So I saved off all these symbols, and then when I went VIP, I could use them all and hit honored, started standing in a day. You do have to pay to unlock guild rep, if you're not VIP. However, you do not have to pay for every single tier. If I remember right, because I do have 2 non-VIP accounts, and you pay once, and then you're able to progress on. It's not okay. I've hit the apprentice. Now I have to pay to unlock journeyman. Okay, I've hit journeyman. Now I have to pay to unlock expert. It's okay. I've hit apprentice. I pay this fee. And then now I can do all the things. It's still kind of a cruddy way of doing it. Thank you for your help. I will fashion these furs into gloves to protect the miners from the bitter cold of the damp mines. Old Nine-Finger Dolly will be happy about that, I could tell you. Alright, so that one's done. And we got all the flowers around here, so that's good. Good, good. That meat should last us quite a while. Thank you for your help, friend. And it looks like we got some sort of a rep. Allied to the Rangers of Estelden. Okay, new deed, allied to the Rangers of Estelden. So, Rangers of Estelden is... So we just made friend with the Rangers of Estelden. Very good. I like it when things run along smoothly. And 10 LOTRO points for our trouble. Even better. Alright, before we leave, I don't think we have anything else here at the moment. But we're going to double check. Although, like I said, we will be returning here at some point. And maybe some of those other quests don't pop up until what's-his-name has been rescued. Oh, there's a grocer. I'm Regan, in charge of smelting here at Othrikar. The yields are down again. We're running out of silver in the mine. But I've heard that somewhere in these hills there's a father lode with veins rich with gold and maybe even mithril, though I find it unlikely, as Moria silver's not been found anywhere but Khazad-dûm. The dourhands ruined the old prospecting records when they left, though. We need to find the proper records to find the father lode. I suspect these records are still around Othrikar someplace, perhaps in a chest or locker. If you can discover them, you'll be doing us Longbeards a real service. Oh, gee, go figure. And that wouldn't be the glowy chest at all, would it? Oh, and I guess there's a path up the side that goes up here. It's too bad that none of these are actual working doors that go to interiors, because it'd be kind of interesting to flush this out and give it a couple of rooms, you know. Here's where the miners sleep at, or here's where the miners eat at, or, you know, this looks like the entrance to a mine shaft, which could be a really fun little dungeon. I know, I ask too much sometimes. Ah, here's the footlocker. And look, we can actually use it now. You collected the mining records. Because, you know, they weren't out in the open for any dwarf to look at. Aye, that looks like it could be it. But wait, what's this? Most of these records are just ordinary prospector reports. Not too useful, but this one, I cannot make this page out at all. Could this be the key to the mystery of the Father Lode? I cannot ken these runes at all. Why, unless I miss my mark entirely, I think these are some kind of elf writing. Now, how could directions to a dwarf mine have ever been written in some elvish script? Do you think anyone in these parts could understand the language? And it says, find someone who can translate the mining records. So I'm glad we didn't run over to Melianen earlier and just went ahead and did a few quests, because I'm pretty sure Elvish? Sorry, friend, I can't help you with that. Elvish? Sorry, friend, I can't help you with that. So we could ask around all day here, and we're going to get the same answer. Oh, wait. Yes, I can read a spot of Elvish. My father was a scholar, and he learned many things from Balin. He passed a fair bit of it on to me. Let me have a look. It appears that it was an elf who found the dwarves' lode in the first place. That explains the writing, and perhaps also why the dwarves of old never minded the lode, for they would not have wished to ask an elf for help. It appears that these records refer to a map that must have once been included with them. I hope Regan has that map, for the records are not detailed enough to stand on their own. Okay, so I was not expecting a dwarf to be able to translate that, and was expecting instead to go to Melianen for the translation, but I guess somebody was able to read it. So we're missing a map. I wonder? Well, thank you again for your work. I believe the map must have been taken by the dourhands. They must have left the old record you found because they couldn't read them, but I guess that the map is in the hands of the dourhand foreman who used to have my job. Unless I missed my mark, I'd say that Foreman Naiad is with many of the other dourhands at their camp to the north. This is a big request, but if you can get that map back from Foreman Naiad, Nyrad, I think we'll be able to find the Father Lode at last. I suspect you'll find the map in a chest in Foreman Nyrad's tent at the camp, but he might also be carrying it around on his person. So, we need to close that for the moment. Now, we need to go rustle up a map. I'm still surprised that there was a dwarf here that could read Elvish. Oh, look. I just ran over a dourhand. Hey, that'd be an easy way to kill all your enemies. Just run them down with a horse. We are some camps here. What we got? You have arrived at Thurum, and it is crawling with dourhands. These foes are surely organized and pose a dire threat to Othrikar. So we need to defeat the leader here. Probably gonna need to defeat a bunch of other stuff. They have rings on their head, and there's a sack of yeast, which is kind of random. You have found a large sack of stolen yeast in the mining camp outside of Thurum, bearing signs to having once belonged to Othrikar. The good dwarves of Othrikar will surely be missing the key ingredient for their beer brewing. Oh, that's good. That was red. So, defeat dourhands. Do that. So we get to defeat a bunch of dourhands. We didn't mean to do that, but okay. We need to See, we got Dourhand Ruffian. And he does have a pretty short beard, but not as short as some Dourhands, I would think. Alright, so I have killed some more Dourhands. We still need to... Oh, we need to find some more stolen yeast. Okay. Now, why would they have all their camps just scattered about like this? Oh, more yeast. And there is our boss. I think you're gonna just do this. You have defeated a number of the dangerous Dourhand miners, reducing the grave threat to Othrikar. Very good. Now, I need to find Torfi Hammerhorn. And it looks like that's the last one I need to do. So where is this Torfi? Oh, remember that spot I pointed out earlier? I believe Torfi's in here, and if I remember right, this is supposed to be somewhat of a tougher area. Maybe not this one. No, I'm pretty sure it used to be this. You don't seem so tough anymore. But yeah, here's Torfi and his guards. And we're going to have a little fun with him. Alright, so we defeated Torfi too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this spot used to have much tougher mobs than this, like elites. Always disappointing to see when they've lowered the level of something. Really is. Yeah, because I don't see another spot that could be it, so that's got to be it. Ooh. Oh, woad plant. I can send that to my scholar. She can use it to make blue dyes. It is used to make a variety of blue dyes, including navy blue, navy, sea blue, and aridulum blue. Sea blue is very nice for some things. Navy is it's your generic darkish grayish blue. And I think the other one was aridulum blue, which is a pretty deep blue if I remember. If anybody was interested in the scholaring aspect or just the colors. Alright, so, excuse me, I have to talk to some people. You have found it. This is wonderful news. Let me see, let me see. Huh, now we can finally find the father lode. Wait a moment. These directions are not exactly what I was expecting. Find the father in the raw rock. The lode lies amongst the high hills. Fell falcons soar through skies, and strange savage lynx guard the gorges, shining the silver, glittering the gold. A cliff's crags keep the secret. They had a poetic turn back in the old days, but I wish they were more precise. Well, I think we at least have some idea how to proceed. The map and those directions together speak clearly to me of a cliff northwest of Othrikar. All you have to do is find a suitable rock formation that is rich with ore. If you do, take a sample, and we'll see if it's the true father lode. Okay, so while we're here, we need to find somebody else to... Did you just pop a ring? Really? 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 Well, I gotta turn a quest in first. And you popped a ring? You defeated Torfi Hammerhorn. Truly, this is welcome news for us Longbeards. Long ago we suffered the oppression of these loudest dourhands, and we do not wish to suffer it again. You have done us a noble service, my friend. The Longbeards of Othrikar will long remember your name. Well, you're welcome. Okay, so I guess we're going to take that because it's worth a whole lot more than the others. Ever since we threw those cursed dourhands out of Othrikar, they've been skulking around the area. We think they're planning to raid us and retake the mines. They have several large camps around the Northlands, and they have scouts spying on us here as well as carrying messages between the camps. Soon we will be ready to move against the dourhands directly, but for now, I need you to put an end to the spying. Defeat as many of the dourhand scouts as you can find around Othrikar and the Northlands of Nan and Lug. Because we couldn't have gotten that one while we were out there doing everything else. Alright, we still need to find the guy we need to bring the yeast to. I'd like to get that one off my books before I pick up anything else. I'm still like, man, did I just miss it the last time? Or did it not pop up until I came back? Either way. Where's this? Oh, I see a ring somewhere. Where? There he is, Hornboy. Our stolen yeast delivery. Morale was growing poor indeed with the prospect of no beer to sweeten our days. Thank you very much for bringing this home to us. Of course. Alright, so the dwarves are happy they can have their beer. And what do you need? Good day to you. Have you seen the Hinderbull of Northhawks, as some call them? These wicked birds have always been dangerous, but it seems there are more and more of them about nowadays. I think that the dourhands have started taming them. I'm afraid they're being used as spies. If you would earn favor with us, go out and kill as many of these foul creatures as you can. You can find them all throughout the hills around Othrikar. If you wish to do this for us, I'll see to it that you are rewarded for your work. Well, okay. I suppose I can do that since I have to go do all sorts of other random stuff anyway. So we found quite a few quests at Othrikar. And of course, every time a quest is finished, we popped up a couple new ones. Because that's just how it works around here. And I do believe we're going to continue and hopefully finish Othrikar next time. But until then, bye for now.